Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to an episode of my F1 Road to Glory 2019 series here for episode number 3 at the Chinese Grand Prix. You guys were absolutely loving episode 2, and the support has been crazy on the series so far. And speaking of last episode at the Bahrain Grand Prix, it was a mixed bag to say the least. We had some great moments, but also some not great moments as well. But we're up into P10. How long can we try and grasp our first racing points of this season? Not very long. Not very. Alfa Romeo's past us. Oh gosh. We're gonna have DRS. Oh, what on are you kidding me? But you know what? I'm feeling confident. We were quite lofty at Bahrain. At one point, I really did think my nose was going to start to bleed at the height we were at. We've got a number of fantastic upgrades on the way, and I really think we can start making a move forward up the grid order, really.
I know we were expecting some new developments this weekend, but some of them have failed quality control.
Are you actually kidding me? Who is in charge of designing this car? Why is a part already failed at the first time of asking? Like, who is actually in charge?
Homer, meet my team of engineers. They're gonna build your car.
Oh, cock.
Right, well, some bad news to start off this third episode. Brilliant. So, we don't have an engine upgrade. We still got the aero and the chassis update, so that'll be quite good. To be fair, if one part was going to fail, let's be real, it didn't need to, it could have been the engine, because as we saw last episode, our car is actually pretty quick in a straight line, just doesn't have any kind of sense of speed, grip, downforce, stability, or, you know, really anything to go for it in the corners. So I think we need those upgrades to come in. So, you know what, we'll let it fly. I'll calm down a little bit. Let's just go into qualifying and let's see what we can do. Shanghai, it's going to be a difficult one though, because that Sector 2, I can already tell, is going to be quite difficult. But let's just get into it and see how it goes.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
Oh, cock.
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you?
Things are going pretty terribly for me, Claire. I can't deny, with a very difficult race in Australia. Bahrain wasn't any much better, and China is off to a cracking start. But you can never tell this early how truly shit you are until you get a few races in.
You didn't spend much time practicing. Are you saving your car for the main event?
Yes, I am saving the car for the main event, because our car is so fragile, we have so little spare parts as well, that if I was to go over a feather, I would probably break the car in two.
Appreciate your time.
And I appreciate your time, Claire, I really do, because you give me a sense of belief that I'm not driving a canoe on wheels. Yes, I've changed it from canoe. A kayak was too good, I've decided, from Bahrain. We need to downgrade to a canoe when we describe this car that we've got ahead of us here in blue and white. But we move on then to the race. We're second last place again, shocker, but raring to go for this Grand Prix ahead of us. Strategy-wise, unlike the last two races, we are actually going to start on the softest compound available here, the purple wall tire, of course, with the 2019 mod. That is the only thing that can't be modded in, is the new tire compound colors. But we're going to be starting on that purple wall tire, then going on to the softs then later on, because I think this car is handling that badly around qualifying that we're going to need that extra tire kind of pace at the very start to make some places up, hopefully. Fill in the fuel, obviously, to try and use that rocket ship of a car we've got on the back straight. Hopefully that can be a place where we make up some time, but I'm really not confident about our chances in Sector 1 and Sector 2, but nonetheless, let's get into it as we go to 5 red lights to the Chinese Grand Prix. The third round of this season is underway. It's an okay start for us, actually. We had a good jump on the Toro Rosso car, perhaps, of Alexander Albon into turn 1, though. Not a lot of room to work with. We're kind of squeezed completely out there by the Toro Rosso. Going to try and find some space around the outside, maybe, of the Alfa Romeo, but again, kind of almost just veered off into the left-hand side there by Giovinazzi, and instead, I find myself side by side with Robert Kubica, my teammate. The first real time I've battled my teammate this season so far, and actually, he's giving me a good fight there. He keeps his foot in on the right-hand side. He's got the inside line. He's going to squeeze me off on the left, and he's going to send one down the inside of Giovinazzi, and I don't have any room to go. I'm getting boxed out again, and so I find myself in last place. I've gone back. I'm getting worse as the episode goes on, and now I've had to take avoiding action to stop myself smashing to the back of my own teammate there. It really is going from bad to worse to absolutely horrendous. I'm actually losing pace as the episodes go on in this series, it would seem. In that case, it's not a road to glory, it's the road to bloody rock bottom at this rate. So now we have to try and catch back up to our teammate, who was unable, surprisingly, unable to overtake any cars ahead of him, and Albon is now the car directly ahead of him, the Toro Rosso. So it's going to be us versus our teammate once again. On to lap 2. Can we size up a move in Sector Sector 1 perhaps. Turn 1 is, I've got to say, very tricky. It's like walking a tightrope with this Williams car. You just feel like the back end is going to step out, then the front end's not going to grip up. It is very difficult. But obviously, versus our teammate, he's in the same boat, so we've actually made a really nice switchback move happen, actually. And on the outside there, to the exit of the corner, we made the pass. We're up into, what is P19 then. So, absolutely bloody fantastic. Pack up, time to go home, lads. Only kidding, we're still going to try our best out here for the rest of the Grand Prix. Lap number 2, trying to keep up with Alexander Albon in a straight line. No DRS quite yet there, but we are keeping up with him and actually pushing away a little bit from Kubica. I don't know if he's saving some ERS. You can clearly see for me on the bottom right, I'm not saving ERS at the moment. We are going to bump it down to some lower modes later on. I generally do most of my ERS saving in sectors 1 and 2, really, trying to exploit the speed we've got in a straight line. But as we move on then, all the way to lap number 4 then, 2-3 laps later, and Albon is getting away from us. You can see that entire pack is pulling away because the gap is ever growing as we go through this right-hander. I'm just losing so much time every single point basically in sector 2, and especially this right-hander onto the back straight in sector 3. Just you can see how much more grip the other cars have, and so Albon is now literally a speck. I'm trying to squint my eyes to see if he's there, but I really just can't even tell where on earth he is. We can only just see him as we enter the brake zone, but even that is a misery for me, and I think it's probably time to call it quit and get off these ultra soft tyres and go into the set of soft for our first pit stop. And it looks like a lot of people will also decide that, so we're going to gain a little bit of time on the entry there, as Albon is a little bit slow into the pit entry, so maybe gained a tiny for a few tenths there as we now enter the pit lane for our one and only pit stop of the afternoon onto a set of soft tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Hopefully maybe that can be a better race car, because we've seen from previous career modes the Ultras aren't really great around Shanghai, so maybe our car will perform better on these harder compounded tyres, almost like a Mercedes car. And you know what, actually? You know what? I think our team has just done wonderful stuff. I think they've pulled off a miracle. We've overtaken two cars there. We've overtaken Albon, and I think that Giovinazzi pocketed. Yep, we pocketed. They're in our back pocket, lads. The team have done a marvellous job on the pit stops there. They've changed the tyres faster than the Toro Rosso and Alfa Romeo team, and now we find ourselves behind Carlos Sainz. That is absolutely wonderful stuff there. Here I was slagging off the team for having a failure of an upgrade earlier on in the episode. You know what? They've done bits there. They've done some great work. And you know what? We've got yellow flags up ahead because Sebastian Vettel has a puncher. He's got an issue. That's one more free position. We've got yellow flags. We have to slow down there and lock our front left tire to stop ourselves overtaking Carlos Sainz under yellow flags. But then we go and overtake him anyway because the green flag went on the exact same moment I overtook him. So we've got two free positions essentially. It's all coming up Williams today. Come on, let's have it. We're up into P15. This is absolutely wonderful. Can we gain some more positions perhaps as we move on to a brand new lap? Cars coming out the pit lane from their first pit stop. We re-overtake our teammate Kubica, but ahead of us as we nearly completely understeer off the circuit because it still is very challenging at turn 1. We're having a little pop at Grosjean maybe because he's held up massively by Raikkonen, who's creating a big roadblock here, and so we're actually nose to tail with Kimi and Grosjean for a split second. Then you can see on the exit they pull away, but Grosjean, will he go side by side with Raikkonen and maybe hold each other up there, and then we can maybe cheekily get our nose in. We're trying to suss out any kind of place we can make a move, but every time I go for the switchback I just forget, oh hang on, we're in a Williams car, we don't have the grip. But now the virtual safety car is out here, and so this is an opportunity. It's actually quite a good area for the virtual safety car to come out. I don't know why it's come out exactly, but it's out. And now as we go on to the restart of the virtual safety car, will come through on the last bend here, and you can see I've got enough gap to Grosjean on the delta time there that now I can go full throttle, full power. They'll still be kind of, you know, half throttle, and so I've got actually quite a good exit there and a good catapult towards Grosjean, who's going to try his luck on Raikkonen, and we're going to get amongst it down the inside. He locks up badly, the Frenchman. We dive down the inside of both cars there. We've gone way too deep though, and Raikkonen has done a switchback move on me. Fair play, but we've got one car. We overtook Grosjean there as he made a mistake, and into the last corner, Raikkonen, remember his tyres are still a little bit cold. He's only just come out the pit lane on the previous lap, so we go with DRS on the right hand side. We've actually overtaken him, and we're up into P12. We're actually having some good racing here at China. I really thought, honestly, after how qualifying went and how badly this car fell through turns 1 and sector 2, that we'd be having a horrendous Grand Prix, but there you go, we sailed past Raikkonen and we're up into P12, and we've got a bit more of a race on our hands now because we've got to try and keep these guys at bay. And that's going to be a tough old job because this Williams car definitely does not like holding its ERS battery store. You can see it's going down quite a fair bit. We're down to none, and the Haas is able to dive bomb down the inside. We've locked up a little bit. We go for the switchback move again, though, being a bit too naive of not remembering that we just don't have much acceleration and much oomph and grip to really make the switchback move like that work. If we were in a better car, that probably would have worked, but instead, you know what, actually, it doesn't matter because we have a good enough run, and just like on Raikkonen, we have DRS into turn 1, so we might be able to make a move, although unfortunately we're on the outside, which is not the place to be, especially in the Williams, because we're understeering like an absolute boat there. You can see full lock, and Grosjean able to just sail past around the outside, pinch us off there, and he's up into P12. We're back down to P13 then, and a big tank slapper on the exit for good measure. So we're down one position. We've got 2 Alfa Romeo cars behind us, and McLaren, I believe, and then our teammate it is in this train. Let's see, I think it could be a successful Grand Prix, I'm going to say, if we can hold them all back and remain in P13. I think that might be quite solid considering the race we've had. So we move on to lap 10, 4 laps to go, not including this one. And Raikkonen now is closing up on us a little bit through turns 1. It's not a great area for the car. We just lose so many seconds here because the Williams car just doesn't roll through the corner as well as other cars, really. And so the exit, Raikkonen might have a very good chance to make a move as we enter the end of Sector 1. And the Alfa Romeo car seems to have some good traction there on the exit. Here comes Raikkonen. We're going to have to go defensive there. We're going to send him on the outside of the next right-hander, but he's got the car ahead of us, but we're going to find some grip there on the exit and try and squeeze him out very aggressively there. No love lost between myself and Raikkonen because we need to do all we can to keep him behind at bay because, you know, we're just going to fall backwards and backwards otherwise. So at some point I've got to stick my elbows out there and try and maintain the position. For now we do so, but you've got to say Raikkonen is still there, very much like a shark, and he's just going to come knocking once again as we move on through towards Sector 3. He's got another good exit. Look at him in the mirrors. He's going to make a pop down the inside. We're going to play this like a wily old fox, though. Going to brake a little bit early and try and get that DRS. There we go. That detection point, we got in there second place compared to Raikkonen, so we should be able to get DRS open. We do even squeeze him out on the exit, so we don't even have to re-overtake him on the main straight here. We can just actually trying to get away basically with just DRS there and maintain our P13. But for how much longer can we do this? There's a big old scrap there. The McLaren is also getting involved, trying to overtake Giovinazzi, I think that is. But as we move on to the last lap now of the Grand Prix, this is do or die. And speaking of Giovinazzi, there he is. He's the lead Alpha now, trying to go down the inside, and he's made it work. Can we go around the long way and not get squeezed out like we did with the Haas? We're going to do... Oh, look at that. We've lost so much grip there. We're drifting through the corner, but Gio's left us enough room to send one to the inside then for left-hander and squeeze him out. And sorry, Gio, going to have to be very harsh on you. Squeeze him completely out there. Raikkonen's now back behind us. And we've done some very good aggressive defensive work there to keep this position there. And so much so that Kubica is actually on the end of this train. You can see there just behind the McLaren and the Alpha scrapping away. And so I think we'll just about get this through the last corner. Hamilton will win the Chinese Grand Prix, but we're going to go home for P13 at this Grand Prix.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And that's how you repay me for such a great drive? We braced our heart out for P13. All you say is pick up rubber?
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs. And that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
So in the end, 3 episodes gone, 3 pointless races, unfortunately. But, you know, the castle has such a long way to go to even really have any genuine race pace to get points, to be honest, without any kind of massive amount of luck there. So still in the very much bottom third of the table, along with the 2 McLarens. At least there's that, you know, like I said at the end of last episode, we're still dragging down McLaren somehow. They're yet to still score any points, so we can link arms and be at the back together, along with Alexander Albon, who's yet to score points in his rookie debut season in Formula 1. So at least there's that. But I don't know, hoping in the next few, you know, with a few little upgrades more, we can maybe start doing some things. Because that was quite, you know, we were able to actually defend quite well. It wasn't like we were a sitting duck. So there were some positives there, I guess.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Well, yeah, you'd think so, but, you know, they all they had to say to me at the end of the race was pick up rubber, so I don't know. I guess they were unimpressed with P13 in the crap car they gave me.
It was more like Dodgems than Formula 1 today, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, our Williams car pretty much handles like a Dodgems car, actually. You may as well put it on a flat surface with chicken wire on the top there. It may as well be a bumper car.
Well, thanks anyway.
Yeah, Claire. Yeah. Thanks anyway to you too as well. Looks like you finally realise how pissed off I am at your condescending questions about how good our season's going, even though it's not good in any sense of the way. But in terms of upgrades, then, at the end of the episode, we'll purchase a weight redistribution, because definitely the weight distribution of our car is very much out of whack. It's very much like a bucking bronco at the moment there, so having to try and change that hopefully in the next few episodes. But apart from that, there's not much else to really say. You know, it was just another episode, another pointless race, and so this long road continues on. But guys, if you did enjoy that episode, nonetheless, be sure to smash that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, to subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.